If anyone knows the pain of training with David Goggins, it's Tony Ferguson. And now Israel Adesanya knows it too. Recently, footage surfaced showing Izzy throwing up during a brutal training session with Goggins. Tony trained with Goggins before his fight with Paddy Pimblett, and just like Izzy, he couldn't handle the intensity without losing his lunch. Tony couldn't help but react saying,
Goggins coaching Izzy, he has him puking too. Oh yeah, it's good, man. I think every fighter should go through that shit. Maybe not a whole week, but damn, at least a session. By the way, that week for Chief Goggins, light work, coach, light work.
Do you think it is a good idea for Israel Adesanya to train with David Goggins? Let us know down in the comments. Michael Bisping defends Alex Pereira and Jiri for turning down Magomed Ankalaev. Michael Bisping understands why neither Jiri Prochazka nor Alex Pereira accepted a fight against Magomed Ankalaev.
I don't blame Jiri Prochazka, and I don't blame Pereira, to be honest. I mean, it wasn't short notice. This was a couple of weeks ago now. 317's about 5 weeks away, so it still would have been, essentially a full camp. But regardless, Prochazka, he just lost. He's been lost to Pereira twice. If he was to get another title fight, getting a third title shot, is that 3 or 4? Because he's been the champ. If he loses that one again, he ain't gonna get another one. So I don't blame him. Certainly Ankalaev, being gigantic, the size that he is, and with the style that he has, I don't blame him necessarily for.
Do you agree with him? Drop your thoughts down in the comments section. Chael Sonnen is stunned by the betting odds for Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. As of now, Topuria is a massive minus 370 favorite and Chael couldn't believe it.
Minus 370 favorite Topuria is to beat Charles Du Bronx Oliveira.
What?
Minus 370.
That is insane. That is not right.
To be the world champion that defended 3 times, has more submissions than anyone in UFC history, and he's a minus 370 favorite.
Sean O'Malley's coach Tim Welch says their team has leveled up since O'Malley lost to Merab. He told reporters that the loss was a blessing. He explained that even small things like lighting, the Sphere venue, and minor injuries made a big difference.
From a physical, health standpoint and also just skills standpoint, was he really equipped to beat Merab at the Sphere?
I mean, he's such a sniper. He's such a sniper, and if you make the wrong decision, if you make one mistake against him, he's gonna put your lights out, and he's gonna put one on the dot. So I just think it was meant to happen. I've rewatched that fight so many times. I rewatched the fight in slow-mo so many times. There was tons and tons of shots that barely missed by inches that would have completely changed the fight. And I think a lot of it had to do, with the Sphere and the lighting, and then not only injury. I just feel like in our lives that was supposed to happen. It really, really caused us to truly just level up as humans. And it was, looking back, it was good, really good for us.
Sean Strickland says he was offered a fight with Kaio Borralho but turned it down out of respect. I know him. I know his wife, his family. We both said no. Instead, Sean says he wanted to fight Rainier de Ridder, but RDR got booked to fight Robert Whittaker. As for Dricus Du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev, Sean is backing DDP. Here is what he had to say, and I quote, "If he can stop the takedowns and counter-wrestle, I think he wins. Hands down. I've sparred Chechens, you just have to survive the pressure. If he can do that, he wins." Do you believe DDP stands a chance against Khamzat Chimaev? Jon Jones teases return after saying he's done. A video popped up online where Jones was FaceTiming a friend and said he's done fighting. But hours later, he posted that same clip to his Instagram and added some shade toward Tom Aspinall. He wrote, "Drama dog got humbled fast. Have you ever seen a dog correct another dog like this?" One fan commented, "Bro really wasted Tom's prime like that. No respect." And John immediately fired back saying, "Cry more." Jones also added, "What I feel like returning to the UFC after some much needed downtime." So, do you think he is actually done or just mocking everyone interested in this fight? And speaking of Tom Aspinall, he says he can beat Alex Pereira. Tom didn't hold back.
So for Big T is, do I think I would beat Alex Pereira? I think I could beat anybody. If I hit anybody, I think I can knock him out. So we've not seen him at heavyweight is the answer. He obviously lost his last fight. He's got a lot to do back down at light heavy. So we'll see how it goes. But the answer is yes.
But do you think Alex Pereira stands a chance against Tom Aspinall? Drop your thoughts down in the comments section. And finally, but not least, Garry doesn't think Shavkat deserves an immediate title shot. Even though Garry lost to Shavkat Rakhmonov in December, he doesn't think Shavkat should get a title shot next. Garry said this on his latest appearance on the ARIEL HELWANI show.
You know, when you look at the welterweight division right now and the way the welterweight division has evolved, I'd argue it's the most exciting it's ever been right now.
100%. Couldn't agree more.
When you look at sheer depth of talent and youth and the kind of the passing of the torch from the young to the old, like from the old to the young in the division, it's arguably the most exciting the division's ever been. And you look at the names, like you look at people under 30 in that division that are just on a tear. You've got Shavkat, you've got Jack, you've got me, you've got Moraes, you've got loads of us that are just young and hungry and have stuff to prove. And that's exciting. When you've got that energy mixed with sheer talent, that's impressive. So the division is at a very good place. And I feel like when you've got guys fighting, you know, I think Buckley's going to run through Kamaru Usman. There's another guy. I believe I've already shown on the drop of a dime that I'm one of the best in the world against anyone. I was there for the backup, and then the UFC know how game I am. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got Sean Brady, who just come off a win against Leon. All of us are right there on that cusp, right? Mm-hmm. I don't believe Shavkat should just come back and get that, especially if all of us fight again.
Yes, multiple times.
But that's not how it works sometimes, unfortunately.
Do you really think Jon Jones will come back for the Tom Aspinall fight? And let us know who you got winning the vacant lightweight title, Ilia Topuria or Charles Oliveira. And be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss any fight updates. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.